Today, we're doing something incredibly special. Instead of just analyzing a topic from the outside, we're taking you directly inside our visionary movement at Holy Digits 101. Think of this not as a standard presentation, but as our keynote, our blueprint for how we are fundamentally transforming global education and why we're starting right here in Africa. We're going to break down how we're giving students real ownership, real systems, and real-world impact. Because look, we aren't just pitching a simple online course or a basic learning platform, we are building a comprehensive ownership-first ecosystem that's going to completely change the way the world thinks about learning, creating, and literally owning the future.
Okay, let's dive into this structural crisis that we're tackling head-on. Ask yourself, what actually happens when the world's youngest population has absolutely zero ownership of their future? Africa has the youngest population on the planet, and we don't view this as a challenge. We see it as an incredible, massive, untapped opportunity. But right now, millions of brilliant students are finishing their schooling without ever touching modern digital infrastructure. Concepts like Web3, blockchain, artificial intelligence, they remain completely foreign. And it's not by choice, it's a systemic lack of access. As the global economy accelerates, this gap is widening, leaving so much incredible potential just sitting on the table. Our firm belief is that if we don't build a bridge right now, we risk leaving an entire generation behind.
To really understand our mission at Holy Digits 101, you have to look at the stark contrast between the broken system we have today and the future we are actively building. We call the current system the certificate trap. It's a model designed decades ago that rewards rote memorization over actual creation. It produces job seekers who leave school with paper credentials, but absolutely no real-world skills or live portfolios. That certificate economy? It is collapsing. On the flip side is our new reality, the ownership economy. The world doesn't just need more job seekers anymore. It desperately needs builders, creators, and founders. We believe students should own digital assets and leave school as active, powerful participants in the global digital economy. So the core of our vision is literally turning traditional classrooms into startup factories. From day one, our students aren't just sitting there learning theory, they are founding. The projects they work on in class become real companies with actual users, real revenue, and real equity. Like I said, we're establishing an entire ownership-first education ecosystem. When a student enters our system, they aren't just playing around in a sandbox. Actually, scratch that. It's not a sandbox at all. It's a launch pad. We're equipping them with the tools to build their own legacy before they even graduate.
This model promises true sovereignty for our students. Our absolute goal is that every student graduates with live, deployed applications, verifiable on-chain portfolios, and genuine real-world impact. Under this framework, future employers and investors don't need to ask for a flimsy piece of paper to verify someone's attendance. No way. They can just look at the blockchain and instantly, undeniably verify a student's actual capabilities and the products they own. It's our ambitious plan to take the hypothetical out of the classroom and replace it with undeniable proof.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is our core technology engine that makes all of this possible. We've built it on 3 functional pillars, and we're skipping the heavy Web3 jargon to focus purely on utility. First up is Lingo 2L. This provides the global computing and networking power required to push our students' apps live to real users. Second is Sub-Zero, a production-grade toolkit. This gives our students the exact same back-end APIs, databases, and authentication systems that fully funded tech startups use. And third is XINI8, which is our decentralized media infrastructure. It lets student creators own, fund, and distribute their content and intellectual property. Every single layer of this ecosystem reinforces the others perfectly. And I want to be super clear, this isn't just theoretical. This is happening right now. Our flagship production environment, builders.holydigits101.com, is totally live. This is the exact digital space where our African students stop watching passive, boring tutorials and actually start shipping real, globally accessible software. Through this portal, students can literally turn their classroom projects into fully functioning businesses in a matter of minutes. We are making the real digital economy accessible to absolutely any student with a laptop and a vision.
And this brilliantly illustrates our commitment to reality on the ground, because the digital revolution absolutely requires reliable physical infrastructure. We are bridging that physical-digital divide by pairing robust server infrastructure with clean, sustainable solar energy, and we distribute it directly to local schools. Powered by our Decentralized Autonomous Organization, or DAO, this model ensures the physical reality of a school actually matches the digital ambition of its students. By providing our own power and servers, we guarantee that our schools stay connected, regardless of local power grid failures. No student gets left offline, period.
But infrastructure is only half the battle, right? We have to address the human element, specifically the heartbreaking dropout crisis caused by financial instability. It's the leading cause of school dropouts across Africa. When parents can't pay the fees, children get sent home, schools lose critical revenue, and a child's entire academic journey just shatters. So we designed EduClear. EduClear is our blockchain-powered financial safety net. It permanently protects school revenue and ensures that a temporary financial hardship doesn't become a permanent end to a child's education.
Let me walk you step by step through how EduClear creates this life-saving financial bridge. It's actually beautifully simple. Step 1, standard school fees are paid by families. Step 2 is where our technology kicks in. A percentage of that fee is automatically locked into a verified on-chain NFT. You can just think of this NFT as a highly secure, permanent digital vault that holds its value over time. Step 3. If that family faces a hardship later on and simply cannot pay the next term's fees, the value locked in that NFT is unlocked to reinstate the child in school. Schools recover their revenue, parents get a structured safety net, and most importantly, the student stays in the classroom uninterrupted. Beyond coding and finance, we're incredibly proud of X98, our next-generation media and film infrastructure. The whole point here is empowering student creators. We want students to own, fund, and distribute their own educational content and intellectual property directly on-chain. And it comes fully equipped with AI translation and multilingual tools. We are systematically breaking down language barriers and giving our students a globally amplified voice. Under our model, they aren't just passively consuming media, they literally own the IP of the media they create. Let's move on and see how this builds our human infrastructure, because technology alone doesn't scale without people. We've built a grassroots scout schools system driven by real teachers and trained executives. We actively identify high-potential schools across all diverse settings: public, private, Islamic, and even IDP camps. We send them customized proposals at absolutely zero cost to remove any financial friction. Then, we execute the full technical deployment of LingoQL, Sub-Zero, and EduClear. Finally, we deliver deep Web3, AI, and builder training directly to the educators themselves, providing continuous support to build an army of empowered teachers.
Scaling a movement of this magnitude requires a highly repeatable, systematic engine for school discovery and leadership onboarding. We've built an executive member training pipeline that takes high-commitment builders and educators and equips them with the exact strategic skills they need to lead this ownership-first revolution in their own local communities. These trained executives run the boot camps, they onboard the schools, and they drive the local ecosystem. And I'm thrilled to say these pilot programs are already live and rolling out at absolutely no cost to the participating schools.
We are moving fast, and our roadmap is incredibly ambitious. By 2026, we launch our native Holydigits DAO, making the entire ecosystem self-governing and fully owned by the students, schools, and executives. By 2027, we scale this ecosystem regionally, massively expanding our builder bootcamps and solar distribution networks. By 2028, our target is reaching 5,000 African schools with full Web3 and EduClear integration. And by 2030, our vision expands globally. We are aiming for global leadership in ownership-based education, with every single phase building compounding momentum.
So the absolutely crucial point here is our massive scale, 10,000. By 2030, our goal is to have fully integrated 10,000 schools globally into this ecosystem. Yes, we are starting in Africa because it has a young, dynamic population that is more than ready to leapfrog legacy systems. But make no mistake, the certificate trap and the lack of digital ownership are global problems. Our long-term mission is to export this ownership-first model to the entire world. We are creating a framework that redefines what it means to go to school everywhere.
But we can't do this alone. We are issuing a direct call to visionary partners, investors, and ecosystem leaders to co-create this future with us. There are several key areas where we need your partnership: scaling our LingoQL and Sub-Zero infrastructure, expanding the EduClear NFT tuition safety net, funding the physical solar energy distribution, facilitating cross-continental learning with our amazing partners like MIBEV in Germany, and sponsoring our builder bootcamps. We don't frame this as a traditional investment. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for true legacy building. I want to make a highly specific, personal invitation today.
To Brown Eagle, the leaders within the Solana ecosystem, and globally aligned builders everywhere. Join us on the ground in Nigeria. Come see it for yourself. Come see the classrooms that are transitioning into startup factories. Meet the students who are deploying code and generating real revenue right now. This is an invitation to stand together with us and scale this physical digital network globally.
So I'll leave you with this ultimate question. Will traditional systems simply adapt too slowly, or will a new ownership-first model take over? We are building a self-reinforcing network where every student who builds and every school that joins amplifies the impact for everyone else. Will you help us build a future where every single student graduates with real skills, real ownership, real products, and real opportunities? The movement has already started. Thank you so much for joining this explainer, and we can't wait to build with you.